cut, the kettle hums, slow crescendo like dawn lifting the dark. I stand half-dressed in morning haze, measuring scoops of ground coffee into a waiting filter. The aroma rises, bittersweet and earthy, like soil warmed by sun and sorrow. I think about nothing, and then everything. Who touched this bean before it reached me? Whose fingers turned soil? Whose back bent beneath heat, not just of sun, but of changed, a world of unspoiling, hotter, less forgiving. I pour water, a slow spiral over the grounds, and watch the blooms swell. Did they sweat beneath rising skies? Those farmers, faces worn like bark, etched deeper each season, while the rain comes too fast, or not at all. The line creeps down the glass, the coffee drips like seconds. I wait. I'd read once that for every cup I brew, some farmer earns less than a coin. You wouldn't bother to bend and pick up. Less than a breath of what the bean is worth, once dressed in city lights, sold by the names of mountains few will never see. Kilimanjaro, Huhentenango, Sitamo, romantic syllables we sip, like we've earned the romance. But their dawn isn't slow and still, their mornings bite, sometimes with frost that shouldn't be there, sometimes with sun that cracks the land, before I can even hope to grow. I stir in silence. The news said that coffee might not survive the century, too delicate, too specific in its need for altitude, temperature, timing. A crop cannot run from a planet turning unfamiliar. And yet we ask those farmers to endure, on pennies, on promises, on systems spun by hands they'll never shake. I lift the mug, let the steam rise. How do you savor a ritual built on imbalance? Each sip is smooth, but the aftertaste burns a little. The market says it's fair if supply meets demand, but I demand this luxury, without knowing the toll it takes. And those who supply, with their lives. I scroll, I see a glossy ad, ethical, sustainable, traceable. But can you trace the sacrifice? Can you label what it means to lose your harvest to floods that used to be rare but now return? Like unpaid debts. I drink, it is warm, it is good, but it is not free, not of cost, nor of conscience, and maybe tomorrow I'll pay a little more, or ask a little louder, or learn a name beyond the brand. But for today, I finish this cup, and whisper thanks to a farmer I'll never meet, who still wakes to pick hope from trees, in a world growing harder to believe in. And the kettle hums again. A solo production by Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco, starring Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco, directed by Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco, cinematography by Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco, produced by Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco, and edited by Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco. Sound design, lighting, and creative design, you guessed it, Zachary George M. Uy-Tioco of Ateneo de Manila. Every frame, every detail. Thank you for watching.